Peace. Peace, peace, peace. I know some of y'all might not even be up right now. Hell, I'm hardly up, but it's all good, man. Peace. Just sipping some coffee, you know what I mean? It's an early start to a morning, Sunday morning. Just decided to get up and talk to a few people, you know what I mean? Whoever's up, whoever's ready for this, whatever this is you want to call it that I got for you. But I just felt like, I know January is coming to an end, you know what I'm saying? And I know a lot of people had like crazy aspirations going into the new year. And I could feel like a whole lot of people's anxiety, like it just kind of had me up, you know what I'm saying? I couldn't sleep. It was like I could just hear people just talking to themselves, you know what I'm saying? And I don't know, I felt like I had to wait for a decent hour just to get to you, you know what I mean? Peace, Angela. Peace, King. What's good, crew? Peace, Curtis. What's happening? So yeah, man, you know, a lot of people hit me up. Like I get so many messages about so many things that people are going through that, you know, sometimes it be on my heart, you know what I'm saying? You know, I mean, how can it not be? Somebody will call you up or inbox you about something that's real pressing on their mind, and then, you know, they go off and do their thing. But a lot of times I feel like the reason why we got a lot of this anxiety, a lot of reasons why we have this this worry, you know what I mean, about the future or about even the present, is because we so focused on what it looks like. You know what I'm saying? Like, we hear these stories about these great people, you know what I mean? But all you're getting from the story, you know, you hear about the pain, but because you didn't see them going through it, because you might not have experienced it while they was going through it with them, it's kind of like distant. Like, it's this legend, this urban legend, right? But when you think about majority of the people who have enormous success or even marginal success, it's hard, man. You know what I mean? It's hard getting to that successful place. You know what I'm saying? Because what does that look like? You know, what does that look like? When do you know that you've gotten to that successful place? You know what I'm saying? So a lot of us, we press and press and press and press and press. We never allow ourselves a moment to let up and just look around us and say, damn, I did that. You know what I mean? Like, damn, I did that. And I think that if we just calm down just a little bit, you know what I mean? Just kind of relax, you know, make those goals, but start achieving small goals at a time. You know what I'm saying? Like, if your body is a goal, or if your weight is a goal, or if your relationship is a goal, or if money is a goal, go after it small chunks at a time, so that once you hit a successful mark, you can just stop for a minute and say, okay, I got that. Regroup. All right, what's next? You know what I mean? You trying to do everything in this one chunk, in this one block. Like you trying to make $1 million this year, and you hadn't even made 100,000 last year. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just, you got to manage your expectations. Good morning, Queen. What's happening? You know, you just got to manage your expectations. You know what I'm saying? And really be honest with yourself. Like, if I'm trying to become a millionaire this year, and I didn't graduate school, I don't necessarily have a trade, you know what I'm saying? I'm not an artist, I'm not a ball player, I'm not a rapper. I gotta really ask myself, okay, well, how we gonna make that happen, Seven? You know what I mean? In all honesty, how we gonna make that happen? And then once we figure out how we're gonna make that happen, let's go through those small steps. Let's go through those milestones. Let's create those milestones so that we know that we're headed in the right direction. A lot of times people doing 150 in the wrong direction and then trying to figure out why they not making it. You know what I'm saying? And it's not necessarily your effort, it's just your direction. You know what I mean? And then if you're so worried about what it looks like, then you'll never allow yourself to adjust. You know what I mean? Sometimes you just gotta adjust, just tweak it just a little bit. And then once you realize, oh, okay, it just needs a little oil. Okay. After about the fourth lap, we need some new tires. Okay, all right. Well, now I need somebody to kind of watch over, you know what I mean, the track while I'm racing, because I'm so focused on the race. You have to know the race you racing too now. That's a whole nother topic. You know what I mean? A lot of us, we going for touchdowns wearing basketball uniforms. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, y'all. Stop worrying about what it look like. Run your race. All this social media that's going on, all of it, I mean, it's so many different avenues of media that you just like so locked in on what other people are doing, you can't even focus on yourself. That's true. You're so locked in on what other people are doing, you can't even focus on yourself. And then once you start focusing in on self, you do this thing where it's like you got to answer all the problems at once. And then if you can't do it, then it's just frustration. I'm back at ground zero. No, you're not. You know what I'm saying? There's a certain percentage of the forest that you go into before you start coming out of it. You know what I mean? But you're still surrounded by trees. So if the success of coming out of this forest is buildings in mountains, and you didn't think about the trees, and all you're doing is looking at trees, you can still confuse yourself with thinking that you're not coming out of the mountain or out of the forest. You know what I'm saying? So make small goals. Like, for instance, me, right? One of the things I did early in my career, as far as branding, I give it to you as branding. One of the first things I did was I said, you know what? I'm gonna go all Mac. Now that might sound crazy, but when I first started, I couldn't afford no Mac. You know what I'm saying? I couldn't afford no Apple. I couldn't afford none of that. So I had, makeshift computers, man. We was making computers in the office. You know what I'm saying? And then one day, I went into the Apple store, and I was able to buy 4 brand new G5s. It was G5s at the time. 4 brand new G5s with 4 flat screens. And I thought about it for a minute. I said, damn, I'm buying the machines that I always wanted. This is what success must feel like. You understand? And then I said to myself, I don't want to always be at work. I want to be able to take vacations just like everybody else. I don't want to be like the guy that's always bragging about how he always working. Yeah, I'm working 150,000 hours a week. No, that's not how you stay looking young. That's not how you stay vibrant. You know what I mean? You got to vacay. So I said, okay, well, how do I do that? I found a little network marketing company that sold the travel business for $300, and I bought it. And I was taking trips for like pennies on the dollar. Now my gallery or my phone has all these pictures of me on vacation. Clients are coming to the office and they like, where's 7? Where's 7? And 7 was somewhere else, Mexico, Hawaii, wherever, New York, wherever, Florida. And they're like, damn, okay. And for some reason, the moment I stopped becoming slave to my own creation, even more doors started opening up. It's like all of a sudden people started respecting the fact that I could actually take a vacation. You know what I'm saying? And so for some odd reason, I started to get this air about myself. Like I started to value myself. And I started to realize, oh, wait a minute. The success thing comes when you start to value. Damn, all this time I've been trying to become successful, just trying to get money or trying to accomplish this or trying to accomplish that, not really understanding my own value. And then once I started to understand my own value, I started to make people respect it. And then once people started respecting my value, then my world just became lighter. I felt like I didn't have to fight as hard. I was going door to door knocking on businesses, trying to sell myself. But the moment that I sold myself to myself, I didn't need that no more. Now I could be anywhere. I didn't even have to go knock on a door. I could be in a grocery store and somebody just look at me and I'm smiling. They're like, well, damn, what are you smiling for? I'm in love with life. And they go, well, shit, what do you do? I own this branding company and I'm an entertainer. Really? Branding? Well, talk to me about it. Now, all of a sudden, I'm not even trying to sell nobody no more. I'm just talking about how much I love life. And they're looking at me like, well, damn, if this dude loves life so much and he's running a business, I'm running a business, maybe he knows something that I don't know. And then I start telling people things that they didn't know. And all of a sudden, people's lives started getting better. There's got to be a key to that. There is. Stop worrying about what it looks like. I was so focused on, well, I got to be in a suit all the time. I got to have my hair cut all the time. I got to have on brand new shoes all the time when I'm presenting my business because my business isn't cheap and this, that, and the third. And I thought it had to be a particular way. And then my resume caught up with me. See, after a while, the work of your hands start to catch up with you. All this time that I had been working, I was making other people successful. I was influencing success on other people's companies. So you know what they was doing? They was out there talking about me. They was out there talking about this company. They was talking about this guy who cares so much about his clients. They was talking about this guy who cares so much about his work. They was talking about this guy who has so much love for life. And then people just started coming. People just started coming from everywhere. And then I started to realize, you know what? Maybe it's not the work that they're coming for. Maybe it's the light. You know what I'm saying? Maybe because everybody else they talking to today is having a bad day. You know what I'm saying? Maybe because I'm not having a bad day, they just want to spend another 30 minutes with me. And if that 30 minutes cost them, maybe they're just glad to pay it because it feels good to spend that 30 minutes with somebody else who is enjoying life. That's what it's all about. If you're in a cardboard box, you're not going to get out of that cardboard box until you learn how to party in that cardboard box. You understand? You're the one perpetuating your own demise. You're the one perpetuating your own success. The moment you start to realize, damn, man, I got great health. You know what I'm saying? I have amazing family. I got love all around me. I got friends. I got people who care for me. I'm good. Once you start to realize that, then you can look out and say, okay, well, since I don't have a problem today, what can I do to add more value to myself? And then just watch it blossom. Just watch it grow. Stop being so concerned about what it looked like. Just live your life. These things will pass. All these things you worried about, the bills, the love, all of those things will pass. You'll find them. The moment you start loving yourself, the moment you start having value within self, all those things will find their way to you. I promise you. The moment you start loving self, the moment you start valuing self, money, love, connection, all of those things just start showering you. I'm speaking from experience. I done been through it on both sides of the fence. So I just wanted to give y'all that love, man. I wanted to give y'all that light. You know what I mean? You doing good, family. You doing good. Stop being so hard on yourself. You know what I mean? Take that energy and go create. You know what I mean? Go work out. Go do something positive with that anxiety. You know what I mean? Write something. Write a note to yourself. You know what I'm saying? Leave it on the mirror. You know what I mean? Get a notebook and just start journaling and just watch what happens. But that anxiety is not good for you. Just sitting there thinking about it, that's not good for you. You know what I mean? Do something productive with that energy. Peace, love, and light to all men, women, and children. You know what I'm saying? All things to walk the earth. I love y'all, man. It's your boy, 7, the Alchemist.